Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Critical Podcast. We're your hosts, Jayden and Ryan. This is an action-packed, probably going to be our bloodiest, argumentative. We're getting serious this episode.
Definitely.
We saw X 2 days ago.
Yep. We also saw the Marvel movies, a lot of Marvel
Yeah,
movies.
we did see a few MCU and Deadpool.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of Marvel movies.
Volume 1 and Volume 2, and then Deadpool.
And Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Oh, yeah.
And then we're also just going to be asking each other some random fun questions. And then we got one more.
We're going to be doing Wavelengths.
Wavelengths again, too.
Yeah, that was super fun.
Something I wanted to point out. We'll do our highlights of the week again. I feel like good movies have been coming out again. I don't know how you felt about Saw X. I think you saw the short I made about it.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what you think of the movie. And Spider-Man 2 game is coming out soon. The FNAF movie's coming out soon. And whether or not Aquaman 2 will be good, I'm still interested to go see that. There's a new Hunger Games style movie coming out.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of, I think hopefully the end of the year picks up with movies. And
yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm actually pretty excited for that movie. I'm a big fan of the Hunger Games books.
Oh, the Hunger Games.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Hunger Games series, the books and the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I've read half of the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I never finished it, sadly enough, but I'm still excited for the movie. From what I read, it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I heard some people didn't really like it. It's still, from what I read, the bottom from all three books. My favorite is Catching Fire, and second is the first one, followed by the third one.
Do I need to read them?
Yes.
Okay. And then are there movies? How many movies are there for Hunger Games?
There's 4. So, like Harry Potter, the last book was split into 2 movies. I gotta say, the Hunger Games series was the first books I read to get into reading, and they were perfect.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't read
They were
any.
very interesting.
I haven't read any Harry Potter or Hunger Games anything, but I will try to get into them. A negative thing that happened is I woke up and my leg was falling asleep. Like, you know how like your body falls asleep. I woke up and my leg was asleep and I couldn't really move it, and it felt so uncomfortable. So I tried getting out of bed, and I just tumble over, and I do like a full 360 flop and land on the floor. And like this, Ryan, this is 3 a.m. I wake up in the middle of the night just having to use the bathroom. I got school the next morning, and then I just get a huge scrape over. It's mostly healed now, but I had a little scrape on my arm, and it was bleeding everywhere. And it didn't really hurt, but blood was oozing everywhere. So I couldn't get in the bed, and I couldn't go downstairs to get a Band-Aid because I didn't want to be loud and wake anybody up. But yeah, that was terrible. And something I just want to talk about.
You should have just gotten a Band-Aid.
I should have gotten a Band-Aid, but I just thugged it out and watched some YouTube in the middle of the night. And another thing I just want to bring up, I just want to point out Guardians 2 is still my favorite MCU movie upon rewatch. I love it so much. Guardians
How many
2 is
times have you
awesome.
watched that movie?
Probably like 5 times.
Oh my
and
goodness.
I know for sure it is probably my favorite MCU movie.
That's how you know. If you can rewatch it so many times and still love it.
What's been going on with your week? Let's hear your
negatives. I haven't had many negatives this week. It was a pretty good week. Negative this week felt pretty long. Like Wednesday felt like Friday. Thursday felt like Friday. Friday felt like Monday. And that's pretty much it for the negatives. The positives, I did really well on my test. Well, I think I did, actually. I felt really confident.
Good job.
The week was fun. We had events at school, so, you know, they were pretty exciting. And that's pretty much it for stuff like that. What do you want to get into next?
Let's ask each other some questions.
Yeah.
I'll start you off. What is your favorite MCU movie?
My favorite MCU movie is Captain America Winter Soldier.
Nice. Good pick. Better than No Way Home?
Better than No Way Home, yeah. Oh my God.
We'll take turns.
All right. What is your favorite childhood show?
My favorite childhood show? Ooh. Probably Regular Show. I love Regular Show. And you've seen the first season, and it is amazing.
If I saw it, that would probably be my favorite childhood show, too. Or maybe it wouldn't, because I was a weird kid.
You were Joker or Deadpool?
Deadpool.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'd have to say I agree. Deadpool. So they're both great movies, but Deadpool's awesome.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Michelangelo. He wasn't obviously. You haven't seen much of him. He wasn't the best in the movie.
Not
Still
at
liked
all.
him. I didn't mind him, but in the comics, he's the last Ronin, and then just in the comics, he's like the most OP, best combat turtle.
I can see that. Yeah, but hold on. What's your favorite Ninja Turtle in the Mutant Mayhem movie?
Moo. That's a good question.
Because I really don't like. Well, it's not that I don't like them. It's just I can't pick a favorite because there's a bunch of negatives to their characters.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I don't find many. We're definitely gonna talk more about that. I know we talked about Mutant Mayhem last episode, but I have some more stuff I want to say about Mutant Mayhem. But what the was your question? I've completely forgot.
Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Ninja Turtle. Okay, so for Mutant Mayhem, I would probably have to say it's between Leo and Raph. I like Raph a lot, but like he isn't really angry like how he is. He's more just excited and hyped to do stuff. And Leonardo is like the one character they spend the most character building things with. So like he can't help but not really be your favorite.
If I had to pick one, he's probably my favorite.
Give me your top 3 characters
of all time. Batman is one of them. I wouldn't say number one.
Is Spider-Man your favorite superhero?
Yeah, so Spider-Man's gonna be in there too. I love Spider-Man, Batman. Superheroes are really good. Let me pick a non-superhero for another one. Yeah, let's see. Things I really like. I like Harry Potter. I like what else do I like? He wouldn't be number 3 though.
You like The Incredibles?
I do like The Incredibles, but I wouldn't pick a character from there as one of my
Mater?
favorite characters.
Pokemon.
No.
Star Wars?
I'll just pick one that I like. Kratos.
That's a fine pick.
Okay, so my next question is K.
Just K.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Kai, Jay, Cole, or Zane?
Ooh. I love Kai, but I'm gonna have to go with Cole. Because I feel like Kai is good, but Cole, when he shines in the episodes and seasons, he does shine, and I really like Cole. Cole's awesome.
Yeah, that's fair, but who's your least favorite?
I love Zane, but Zane's always been like the ninja. That has just been like the most. I mean, it's interesting that he's a robot, but it's just like the other 3, I feel like, especially for like the first season, they focus way more on the other ninjas. Of course, Zane gets his, and then the season 3 that's focused on Zane, I wasn't a big fan of.
Right.
But I still love Zane. They're all great ninjas.
Yeah, they're all great. All right.
It's my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Batman versus Iron Man. Who's winning?
I mean, if Batman found a way to beat Superman, if we're in that universe, then Batman's probably gonna win against Iron Man.
That's a
too.
good pick. Yeah, Batman. I think it's an easy win for Batman. Batman's clearing Iron Man,
and he's just I think he's just smarter than. Iron
he's
Man
way
too.
smarter.
Yeah. All right. What's your favorite book? But that's not a comic book.
Ooh. Fight Club book might be in there. I really don't like non-picture books. It's a lot of words on the pages, but I'm trying to remember. The It book is pretty good. I never finished it, but I remember reading I was checked it out in the library or something, and I read quite a bit.
I really want to read some Stephen King.
Yeah, no, he has some great horror books.
Yeah.
What is your favorite DC movie?
Joker.
Joker?
Yeah.
Over the Dark Knight?
Oh, you're right. I forgot. Yeah, The Dark Knight. It's my turn. Okay. Best and worst Disney movie.
Ooh.
And this includes Pixar and all the studios under Disney.
All right. Worst, I think Cars 3 is pretty bad. And then The Incredibles is The Incredibles is obviously up there.
With the best or
With the best.
okay,
Yeah.
thank
Cars 3 is definitely with the worst. Incredibles with the best. Toy Story. I'd say Toy Story is definitely the best one, my favorite. I know how much you love The Incredibles. The Incredibles is great. The Good Dinosaur. Isn't that Pixar?
Yeah,
The Good Dinosaur is terrible.
Yeah. I haven't watched it, but I don't think I want to watch it.
It's bad.
Yeah. If you said The Incredibles was down there with the worst, I would have had to beat you up after the podcast.
I don't blame you. No, The Incredibles is a great movie. What's your favorite show?
My favorite show is Breaking Bad. Yeah. No, Better Call Saul.
Over The Boys?
Yeah.
I remember The Boys was your favorite show for a little bit. But
did I say that?
You
no,
did,
I'm sorry. Better Call Saul is better.
But yeah, no.
I think I watched The Boys before Better Call Saul.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
The Better Call Saul is great. Good answer. Mr. Beast gives you $100,000 to spend in 1 hour. What are you doing with it? What are you buying?
$100,000?
And you got to spend it in 1 hour.
I'm paying off any debts that we might have, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, if I even have time, I'm going to have to buy a bunch of technology like PC
computers and stuff. Yeah, no, that's a pretty lame answer. I'm definitely buying like a theme park or something. Like
you can't buy that with $100,000. It's too expensive.
Well, I could probably reserve it for like a day for myself or something.
Why would you want to do that?
Because that would be no lines and going around all the
for $100,000.
I mean, what else are you going to do?
It's just for one day. Just wait in the lines.
Well, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would probably buy a bunch of technology PC stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe
a car actually.
Yeah.
Why didn't I even think of that? Okay, you asked 2 questions, I think. So.
Yeah, I did.
Two. No,
okay, yeah, you asked 2. My bad.
What's the movie you hate the most? So not like the worst movie, but what's the movie you hate?
Homecoming's definitely a pick because that's like my least favorite Spider-Man movie. You know why? We talked about it. Multiverse of Madness is definitely one of them. Mario movie, probably the Barbie movie because it is the highest grossing movie of like this year. One of the highest, like top 20 highest grossing movies of all time, I think, maybe 30. And I hate it. I really hate it.
You really hate it that bad?
Yeah, I mean, I don't find anything. You gave it a 4 out of 10? 5?
Yeah.
I'd find nothing redeemable about it. I truly hated that movie.
All right.
Oh yeah.
What's a show or movie that you thought would be bad, but actually surprised you a lot?
Mr. Robot, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, Mr. I figured it would be good, and then making sure we're filming. I heard it was good, and then I watched the first season, and the first season definitely isn't the greatest, but I finished it, got to the second season, watched the third season, and now I'm almost done with the fourth season. It's definitely one of the best shows.
So you thought it was going to be bad because of the first season?
Yeah, I watched the first season, I was like, oh, this show is terrible, and then I continue watching it, and I was like, oh, this is one of the best shows of all time.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I gotta finish Barry, though.
Oh yeah, Barry is wonderful, too.
And, do you have a show that before you watched it, you thought it was going to be bad? But it surprised you? Or a movie?
Ooh. I thought Sonic 2 was going to be bad going into it because the first one's fine.
Yeah.
But, I thought the second one, I was like, oh, God, I'm not. And then I walked out of it, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I was also very worried for No Way Home because I remember not really being the biggest fan of the first 2 Tom movies.
Understandably.
And then I came out, obviously, loving No Way Home.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Star Wars project?
A Star Wars project? So just like the movies, or
anything Star Wars related, like cartoon, show, movie.
Empire Strikes Back.
The good answer. That is probably the correct answer.
Yeah. What's your favorite so bad it's good movie?
Ooh, that's a good question. There's these movies called scary movies. They're meant to be bad, but they're pretty funny.
Some of the later ones aren't pretty good.
You've seen them?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them.
Oh yeah, no. The later ones get bad.
Yeah, I've seen like 5 of them.
What was the question again?
Oh, what's your favorite So Bad It's Good movie?
Oof. The Lego Movie 2 might be one of them. Because I feel like there's a lot of flaws in the Lego Movie 2, and a lot of people hate it. Do you remember the Lego Movie 2?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Oh, you haven't. You
I
haven't
don't know
seen
why
it?
I said that.
Yeah, I think it's. I kind of like it a lot, and a lot of people hate it. Who's your favorite Spider-Man that isn't Peter? Like any other, like Miles or
Miles
Gwen?
Morales.
Miles Morales.
Yeah,
That's
it
fine.
has to be.
And then
But I like Spider-Pug from
Across
the Spider-Verse
Mhm.
and Miguel O'Hara.
Mm-hmm.
What's a movie that made you cry?
Ooh. Well, I don't like Guardians 3. I did tear up a time or two during Guardians 3.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's one. I'm trying to think of it. The Walking Dead show definitely made me cry at some points. Dang, I can't really think of I can't think of a movie that made me cry. But Guardians 3 was a pretty sad movie. This is my last question, I believe. Is TMNT Mutant Mayhem the funniest movie of this year?
No.
So I know your thoughts on Mutant Mayhem. I just want to point out this. So you dislike Barbie and Blue Beetle, right?
Yeah.
I feel like a big reason why I know I'm probably not going to change your opinion on it, but a big reason why we don't like those movies is because the comedy is bad and it is the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then TMNT Mutant Mayhem, I personally, I don't see how you could not. You said you don't find any of it funny.
There was probably more things I found funny in Across the Spider-Verse than TMNT.
Yeah, Across the Spider-Verse was funny, but I just the stuff in the four brothers just felt so natural, and then just.
Yeah, go ahead.
What did you want to say?
I'm sorry, but after more consideration, I had to lower this movie down to a 7.5.
No, you're psycho. What? It's not a 7.
Because of the ending.
So you think it's a 7.5?
Yeah.
No,
it went from an 8.5 to a 7.5.
The movie is hilarious. I just couldn't disagree more. The movie was hilarious. The four brothers just huddling up and yelling the stuff was hilarious. Their banter throughout. Yes, it was hilarious.
It wasn't funny.
I was laughing in the theaters the whole time. It's hilarious. I don't know what kind of sense of humor you grew up with. I guess you just hate happy, fun things. I thought. Like, it's so, like, I don't like anime, and then the Donatello anime references Donnie was making were cute. Like, I liked stuff like that. Like, it felt like teenagers, you know? I thought it was so good. The animation was spectacular. The relationship between Splinter and the kids was amazing. Superfly.
Okay, yeah, those jokes I did like.
Which ones?
When it was about the relationship between Splinter or anything to do with Splinter.
I thought Superfly was a great villain. Probably like a top 10 villain of all time. Maybe over exaggerating, but I love Superfly.
I did like it. He
was awesome. And then
yes.
The post credit scene, even having, I know you're not too familiar with Shredder, but I 7.5.
I didn't like the Ninja Turtles much, to be honest. Yeah, just to be honest, I didn't connect with them. And remember when we were rewatching it, and Donatello was talking about how he's gonna die before he ever got to see a BTS concert.
Yeah,
you heard me just say, "Shut up."
Yeah. I don't think it's that bad. Like, I'm not a BTS. Like, now thinking about it, maybe that is like one of the less unfunny jokes, but just when they come down into the sewer, and then Master Splinter is like, "You can order anything you want. It's just pizza."
Okay, yeah, that was funny.
That's funny. And then
7.5 isn't bad.
So you still like the movie?
I still like the movie.
I'm still happy you like the movie. It's just 7.5.
It's an enjoyable movie. I'll rewatch it, and I'll show it to my kids because I think it's a fun movie.
That's I was like a point I said, Blue Beetle and Barbie, that comedy is the whole movie, and I feel like that's why we dislike them.
Mm-hmm.
But TMNT is on the better side. I think that's because the comedy and
it's better than those.
Do you like the chemistry between the four turtles?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just don't really you like it. You just don't really connect with it.
Yeah.
It's just I couldn't disagree more. Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, the last one. What's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Movie, real life, anything.
Ooh. This is a good question. Guardians Volume 2. And the animation for Mutant Mayhem.
In your whole life,
Mm-hmm.
Guardians Volume 2 is the most beautiful
Greatest
thing you've ever
atmosphere in
seen.
the whole MCU.
Really?
The settings are wonderful.
Oh my goodness.
So you want to
Now we can get into Deadpool.
So Deadpool, what'd you think? You haven't seen really
It was really good.
1 out of 10?
8.5.
Okay, that's fair. I probably give it like a 9. Maybe a 9 point, probably like a 9 out of 10.
Mhm.
No, I love Deadpool. He's probably like my third favorite superhero. I'm thrilled you love the movie. We got to watch some of the more because Deadpool 2 spoils a lot of the X-Men
Yeah.
movies. So we're going to watch some of the X-Men movies
I
before.
heard it's not good though.
Yeah, no, a lot of people dislike Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
But I love the origin story in Deadpool, and it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah, that was a brutal origin story.
yes,
though.
very, and it's so funny.
What do you think was the worst thing he had to go through?
Definitely the air where they're sucking the air out of him.
I don't think that's the worst. I think the worst is when he was in that freezer, completely submerged in the dark.
Yeah, that was bad. No, they
In
tortured
freezing
him.
cold water.
That was bad,
That's
but
horrible.
that's
you don't know how
survivable.
long he was in there. He was probably in there for like
yeah.
2 days.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But oh my, such a good movie. Oh my
Mhm.
god, I love Deadpool.
It's
The
fun.
actor for Deadpool is amazing. I love Colossus and Supersonic, Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I thought they were two fine
Mhm.
characters. I thought they were funny.
What are you talking about?
The Colossus and the big metal guy, and then the energy girl.
Oh yeah. I thought you said Sonic.
No, oh my god, no. But yeah, no. Deadpool, wonderful movie. Guys, I'm excited to see what you say about the second one. Saw X review.
But yeah, let's go.
We saw this movie 2 days ago.
Mhm.
I don't
Should we
know.
do 1 out of 10?
Yes, 1 out of 10. Let me make sure. I'm
2
excited.
days ago already?
Hmm?
You're right. It was Thursday.
It was 2 days ago. Ooh, before we get into Saw 2, Rick and Morty voices, what do you think?
I don't
You
like
don't
'em.
like
I
'em?
don't like them.
Yeah, I made the short about it. A lot of people. I don't think they're terrible. I think Morty definitely has it less worse. Rick is definitely more noticeable, but I don't think they're bad. I think it's something you
I
get
can
used
still
to.
notice it a lot in Morty too, though.
Mhm.
It sounds like somebody trying to act like Morty and Rick.
Mm.
That's not good.
All right, no distractions. Saw X, 1 out of 10. 3, 2, 1,
5 out of 10.
7.5. 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we are going to be disagreeing a lot this episode. What should we start off first?
The beginning, I guess. So at the beginning, it was slow, and you had the sense that there was something mysterious about these people who were claiming to be able to fix his cancer, which I actually enjoyed the beginning. I thought it was a good setup and like a kind of a mysterious setup to what was coming. And remember that trap at the beginning? That
the
was
eyeball
fake?
trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a vision, right?
Mhm. It was Vision. I think I gotta say I think that's like one of the easiest traps. Because
It's a fair trap. I think the fair traps are more
Much fairer
enjoyable to
trap.
watch than the unfair traps.
like sawing your entire leg off.
Ooh,
We'll talk about those.
Spoilers. We'll go into spoilers later, but this was a gory. You
Very
know how I
bad.
feel about these type of movies. It's not the goriest Saw movie, but it's gory. I found myself looking away a few times.
Yeah, I didn't have to look away, but I was visibly like,
So, you saw the first
Moving
Saw
around.
movie. What did you think of the first Saw movie?
it wasn't too great, but it was all right.
It was you didn't. I thought the plot twist at the end was. I thought the plot twist at the end carries that movie. Like that is like, yeah, you knew about it a little bit because I think you watched the kill count, but it is like, it is a great.
It was
plot
all right.
twist.
It was an enjoyable movie.
Yeah, no, I loved it. But that's all you really needed to watch to understand this one, right?
I watched like half of the second one.
Mm,
No, I didn't watch like any of the second one.
Yeah, no, you just watched the kill count on it, I believe. But yeah, no, the second one's great. I think that movie might be a 10 out of 10 for me. I love Saw 2. That is great.
What, a 10 out of 10?
You got to see Saw 2. You haven't seen it, but it's
I
a
want
great
to see
movie.
it. It actually looked good from what I saw.
Mm.
And I watched a little bit of which one was it? Just one.
Oh yeah, the Jigsaw from 2017, 2018. But yeah, we watched a little bit of Jigsaw.
I didn't think that was bad either.
Yeah, no, that one. A lot of people hate on that one. I don't think it's terrible.
So far, from what I saw, I didn't finish it.
So you know how there was that cop side plot in the first Saw movie?
Mm-hmm.
There's always a cop side plot in every movie. No side plot in this movie. Just about John Kramer, and this is one of the positives I have about the movie.
Yeah.
This is very you haven't seen a lot of the Saw movies, so I guess I can sort of see a different perspective on it, but this was so refreshing for the Saw franchise.
And why is that?
We've never really, so you've seen the first movie. There's not really like a main character that like you're actually connected with. The way this movie makes you feel bad for this psychopath, I think that is it's unbelievable.
He was the protagonist.
Yeah, him being the protagonist. The Tobin Bell is a wonderful actor. I think after this movie, he's probably like a top 3 horror villain for me. I think he was
the
great
actor for John Kramer.
Yeah, Tobin Bell. He was so good. We open up so like you said, he's seeing the kid steal the stuff, so he imagines the eyeball trap thing.
Yeah.
And then he also finds out he has cancer and stuff, and then we get into the Mexico plot. And then, is there any non-really spoiler things we can talk about?
No, let's just
get right into spoilers. So they scammed him, and this is a very different thing on the Saw things. Usually, like the people he's trapping are people that like made one little mistake. Like
nothing
one little
really wrong.
nothing really major. He's just kind of being a dick. These people scammed
they
them,
were
robbed
really
them.
bad.
Yeah, no, they were very bad. So like. Not saying we're enticing murder, but like you want to see him get revenge on these people.
Yeah, not that bad. Not as bad as.
Obviously,
that
but
was horrible.
But one thing I great is so you get that scene of him thinking the cancer is gonna work, and you see him working on the first, like a blueprint for one of the first traps ever. You saw that blueprint.
Yeah.
He crumbles it up and throws it away because he's gonna give it up because he thinks his cancer is about to get solved.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah,
he was about to give up.
I thought it was all done so great, and I could see someone thinking the opening would be slow, but it's definitely slow. But I thought it was done so good. I thought it was great.
So this was a prequel.
This is right after the first Saw and right before the second Saw. So this was early on. This was pretty early.
I didn't know. Wow.
The hand knife trap, the butter hand knife traps was brutal on Diego.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but it's still doable. It's more doable.
This is terrible. The trap.
He wasn't. He was just like the driver, right? Oh no, he was like an assistant surgeon.
I don't even
something like that.
I don't even really remember. I'm not gonna lie. What did you think of the traps in this movie?
They were super brutal and completely undoable.
I thought,
except for the one where she had to break her legs.
I think
or feet.
They're definitely, some of them are undoable, but they're definitely way more doable than some of the previous Saw traps in the other movies.
I wouldn't say the first one was.
Yeah, maybe not the first one. Yeah, the first one just really had the bear trap and then the
bear
bathroom.
trap. The guy who had to crawl through that thing. I don't really remember that trap too much.
Yeah, no.
And then some other ones. But I still think those were more doable than this.
What did you think about Amanda returning?
Amanda, I didn't really care much because I already expected it, of course.
Yeah, I thought. Oh, go on. What were you saying?
I don't like the characters, especially the antagonists, which are probably.
Well, obviously, you're not supposed to like the antagonists.
No, but I think the acting for them is bad.
Really?
Yes, and they're just. It reminded me of the villains from Blue Beetle. They were just bad to be bad.
I can kind of, I can see that a little bit, but I still don't. I still think it. Again, they were supposed to be bad to be bad. Like they were supposed to be like super bad.
No, they just act super weird. I don't like the way they act.
The brain surgery while he's awake. Well, yeah, they didn't even perform brain surgery. I thought it was really gross. They were doing brain surgery awake, but then you find out it was fake. This movie, I don't know if it did in the first one, but all the Saw movies, when you get like to the end and all the plot twists are happening and stuff, it like flashes through clips of the entire movie. Like you didn't just see that scene happen before. Like
Right.
it, like the editing in this movie is crazy. Just like the first few Saws, the editing, the shaking screens, chopping's all here.
Remember the ending where they were both on that the last trap.
The blood thing.
The kid was on there.
I thought
he was trying to save John Kramer. He pulled it back.
I thought the don't holla thing, the kid. I thought the kid's relationship was very cute. I thought that was a very good part of the movie.
And it shows that he's not like a complete psychopath, but he is still a psychopath.
I want to say our audience was definitely way too generous to this movie. I gave it a 7.5, so I think it's good. I enjoyed it a lot. I had fun with it. I had probably fun with it. I think I enjoyed this movie better than Oppenheimer, but I don't think it's a better movie than Oppenheimer, but like watching it, I had more fun watching it than I did Oppenheimer.
No.
The first hour for Oppenheimer is just...
It was just boring. I didn't like how John Kramer and Amanda were just there, like in the room, explaining the traps to them and just interacting with them. Like, I like it more when they don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
they completely understood what was going on. That it was John Kramer, the Saw guy, all that.
A big issue I had with this movie, half of this movie takes place in like one area, and you know that room where they're killing everybody one by one, watching each other. Like half of the movie's in that room, and I think it can move slightly slow.
Yes, it was boring.
I thought that's the thing. Like it moves slow, but I thought there was some really entertaining scenes that brought it up. And back to the audience being too generous. After we finished the movie, there was like everybody was like, "Oh, that was so good."
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you heard that one person say it was a 9 out of 10.
I didn't hear that, but I was hearing people saying it was good. But I thought they laughed at parts where the one lady's asking him what did he do for a living. He's like, "Oh, I'm a life coach. I help people overcome their things." And the audience started laughing. Like, I guess that's funny, but like they were like bursting out laughing. It's like, it's not that funny. I think I don't like the comedy in this movie. Another thing, a negative with it, I think comedy shouldn't be in these types of movies. I think it doesn't work. You know that one organ scene where she wraps the organs around the things? It's like, oh, looks like we have a rope now.
Yeah.
I think that's
We got
dumb.
a rope.
I mean, it's smart how they use it, but we got a rope. It's just so
I kind of laughed at that from like a dumb reason. Like, okay, this is like so bad it's good comedy, you know? Just that scene, though.
There was the electrocution chair trap where he had to dig out a piece of his... this was so gory.
Okay, let's talk about the first trap, the leg trap. This is completely undoable. Nobody's gonna saw off the... I think these traps were purposely meant for them to die.
I mean,
I don't think they thought that these people were gonna make it through these traps.
you would lose a lot of blood, but would you die from losing a leg?
Yeah, you're sawing through one of the main arteries that you need to...
They show it all too.
That
like they
bleeds out
make
so
sure
fast.
you see the gore.
Uh-huh. And it's all the way up to like the upper leg too. That's so painful.
And then she gets decapitated. Her head comes clean.
That was
off.
pretty fast though.
But
The way John Kramer was explaining it, he made it seem like it was going to be a very slow decapitation, which it wasn't.
what did you think of the twist in this movie? There was a few twists in the movie. What did you think?
The twist, just that he knew what was going on.
And also the guy being involved with the girl, and then the first twist near the beginning of the movie.
I don't like that guy. I think he was unnecessary.
I thought where he's finding out being scam plot twist was there's like 3 main plot twists in this movie. I don't think they're shocking or like blow your brain, but I think they come at very unexpected points, and like when they happen, they kind of surprise you. You're like, whoa, okay, this is interesting.
Well, I knew there was something going on with the whole brain surgery thing.
Yeah, there's something going on, but it's just like it comes up. It's just like such a random point you wouldn't expect.
I didn't know this was a prequel, so I actually thought he might have he might lose his cancer.
Yeah, no, definitely not. You gotta watch the other movies to see that unfold. But I thought the twist where John Kramer ended up knowing the whole time was fine. I like that. I thought it was pretty cool and badass. I was like, oh no, I knew the whole time. You guys, I thought that was fine. The little kid showing up at the end, I like the little kid, obviously. John being in his own trap was interesting. That's something we usually don't see.
Okay, all the other people, the accomplices, died in horrific ways, and the main villain, her death was so graceful compared to everyone else's.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like I wanted her to see if anybody. Okay, I hope I don't sound like a psychopath, but I wanted to see her suffer the most.
Yeah. Dang. Oh yeah. They just left her in that room, right? They didn't even really.
They didn't even show her death.
Everybody ended up dying, right?
Mm-hmm.
She just got left in that one room. Jesus. Mm-hmm. This is the only. Yeah. This is the only Saw movie with an actually interesting, compelling protagonist that like you're actually rooting for. Yeah. This is the first Saw movie with the post-credit scene, and I think it's So I don't know how you feel about it. I
forgot the post-credit scene.
I think the post-credit scene isn't a post-credit scene. It just should have been the ending of the movie. It's him getting that one guy in the trap who told him about the cancer cureness thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a character from Saw 3 and some of the other movies ends up showing up. Hoffman. Mm-hmm. I guess it was fine. It shouldn't have been a post-credit scene. It just should have been a part of the movie. Him putting that one guy in the trap should have been a main part of the movie. The visuals were amazing. Like, the visuals were really good. Like, all the blood and gore stuff.
I thought, I think a way that this could have been a more, a movie more for me is if maybe John Kramer was tracking down the people responsible for this because they had completely hidden their tracks and slowly killing them off one by one as he finds them. Yeah. Maybe. You know, I'm not a filmmaker. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But I feel like that could have been a way to make this movie better. So the brain trap.
Oh yeah, that was probably the nastiest. And I think the leg trap or which trap do you think? Which trap? What was the best trap? What was the worst trap?
Okay, the worst trap was the heat trap.
That one was pretty.
Well, actually, the table trap.
What was the table trap?
The one where they pulled the lever to get a waterboard.
Yeah.
If that was meant if that was intended for, well, I guess it wasn't. I guess it was always intended for John Kramer. If it was intended
for the actual antagonist.
Yeah, that'd be so lame. And then the best trap, I think, was probably the leg trap.
That's fair.
It's a super undoable trap, but still, it was probably the best trap in the movie. It was so brutal.
Yeah, that was. I could barely look at all the scenes where they were digging in. The visual. I just want to say the visuals were so good. Like
the brain trap would have been impossible. You can't saw off your own skull like that. Yeah, he would have died. There's no way.
Yeah, you probably would. Oh, that's
and most of these characters would have gone into shock.
Yeah, definitely. No. They wouldn't have recovered from this.
No.
But they're definitely. You haven't seen many of the other Saw movies. They're definitely 100 times more doable than some of the previous traps.
He had to take out a piece of his brain. Yeah, he would have died for sure.
I think the eye sucking trap might be the worst for me solely because it is a vision and
no, but I think it's a fair trap that's actually doable.
Yeah, it's a very now that I remember, it's more of a duo trap. I like Micah more, but it was a dream sequence and that was like a big marketing for the movie. Like everything about the movie was sponsoring that eye trap, and then I just felt like it was just fine.
But I don't know about you. I'm not getting my eyes sucked out. I'm twisting that dial immediately. I'm getting all my fingers broken just done it at the same time. Once. Yeah, at once it would probably be better because you don't have to feel it one by one. Just go
one by one. Is I get we have to have a kill for the start of the movie, but well, it was a vision, so it doesn't. Obviously, it was going to show him dying, but that's gotta hurt though. Let me try to think of was there a worse trap? Yeah, that heat trap kind of sucked. I mean, the electrocution chair. Yeah, no, that was the brain saw one. That was kind of cool. What was the best trap? Yeah, I think the brain trap was the best one, and then the thing closes on his face and burns him. That one was pretty dope.
That's a much slower death.
And then the worst trap, I'll just say the gas room because that's lame. That's dumb.
Yeah. I'd honestly probably have that thing just saw off my head then cut my whole leg off.
Ugh.
I wouldn't go through that stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They actually had time. She didn't. The game only started when she pulled the tape out. or the Saw out actually.
Ooh, gory movie.
They could have just waited there the whole time.
Mm.
You know, something would have happened.
You know,
I guess they would have starved to death.
I had a lot of fun with this movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, obviously you didn't like it as much as me, but I liked it.
Something I like about Saw movies is they get you discussing, like, oh, this is what I would do. These traps, I feel like they were completely unfair. You couldn't really do much. So, and there weren't as much too.
Yeah, but like it was like a prequel though, so obviously it's not gonna have the best traps.
Yeah, but watching with Jigsaw, right? That's what it was. You heard me. I was like, oh, this is what I would do. No, there's no way. I would just do this.
Yeah, no, they're also they're always interesting to watch to see how you would do it. Yeah,
but I didn't get that kind of interest watching this movie.
Yeah, no, it was definitely, but I think maybe you would have a different view on it if you've seen all the Saw movies, but it was just refreshing. I think. I didn't. Before going into the movies, we don't look at anyone's reviews or anything. I looked at reviews before we filmed this. People are loving this movie. It has like an almost 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Some people are saying it's the best Saw movie. A lot of people agree with me saying it's like the most refreshing thing that's been in the Saw. The last 3 Saw movies haven't been great, and then 5, 6, 7, and like up, people don't love. Some of them are fine. But yeah, no, people are really liking this movie.
Yeah, a lot of people are gonna disagree with me,
but
I guess I'm not just. I guess I'm just not a huge Saw fan.
You gotta watch Saw 2 though. If there's one more movie you watch, I'd say watch Saw 2.
All right,
it's great.
I will. Guardians of the Galaxy. Did we talk about that? I don't think we did.
No, yeah, we could talk about the Marvel movies right now. Saw X, I recommend it if you like horror movies. Go see it. Would you recommend it to anyone?
If you like Saw, yeah.
Okay, good. So, yeah, let's talk about Guardians of the Galaxy first. Let's save most of our thoughts for the MCU episode. Let's not give out our ratings or anything. Let's just go over them a little bit. What did you think of the first Guardians movie?
I didn't really connect with it, honestly, that much. I thought it was all right, you know.
Did you think it was one of the better Marvel movies? I think it's easily a top. I've seen all the Marvel. I think it's easily a top 5 MCU movie. I think it is probably the funniest MCU movie. It is hilarious. All the Guardian. The pace of the movie is like one of the best. Like it moves so like it starts off with the
Guardians of the Galaxy series is. I'm sorry for interrupting.
You're
but
fine.
It's very funny. I agree with that.
They're
you heard me
hilarious.
audibly laughing at some of the jokes.
The Peter Quill singing opening like pulls you in immediately, and then it gets him carrying the stone. Then they go to the prison breakout. Then like the Nova Corps. I think Ronan's a fine villain. How'd you feel about Ronan? Ronan the Accuser. Mid?
He was all right.
Yeah, he's more on the basic side, but I liked him a lot. All the characters are great. It's easily one of the best MCU movies for me.
I'm not gonna lie, I was very tired when we watched this, when we picked it back up, because we couldn't finish it the first day, so like halfway through we watched it again. That may have affected
maybe.
for me.
That maybe have affected it a little bit.
Because I forgot a little bit what happened in the first half when I watched it again. Obviously, when I started watching the second half again, but and then when I watched the second half, I was really tired. And then that same day, we watched the second Guardians of the Galaxy. So I guess let's talk about that.
What'd you think of Guardians 2? Did you like it?
It was probably the same as the first.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Guardians 2 is easily still the best MCU movie for me.
Okay.
Better than The Winter Soldier, better than No Way Home.
But at the start, the comedy, loved it. You heard me audibly laughing, of course. And there was that one joke that it's not right.
Yeah, people hate that. I know
It's
people
so
like a lot of
bad.
that joke.
Like,
there's just a lot of bad jokes in that movie.
oh my goodness. Yeah, there were bad jokes too.
Yeah.
It could get funny.
People love everybody. It's either the first or second Guardians that's in like everyone's top 3 or 5, bro. Everybody loves the Guardians. I just hopefully you'll like them more.
I'm sorry, there's just those days where I'm like not engaging with movies.
And that's fair. Hopefully, but maybe that has some.
One day on rewatch, I'll probably like it.
Yeah, I thought they're great. I thought
I feel bad.
Guardians 2. I mean, no, don't feel. Maybe you really just didn't like them. Maybe you're the world's first Guardians haters. Some people, do you agree with some people who think Guardians 2 is like bad? Like some people hate Guardians 2.
It's not bad. I don't think people should hate it, but like I can see how people can think it's not like good. It's not up there. No. Like you think it's not the best. It's not the best Marvel movie.
It's easily the best MCU movie.
It's not.
Yeah, I thought that I thought Ego was a pretty cool villain. Like the relationship between him and Star-Lord were great. The Yondu stuff, the whole Yondu thing carried the movie. It was great. Yondu dying at the end was like one of the most like heartfelt, sad MCU moments of all time. That was great.
I loved that.
Yeah, Baby Groot was awesome.
The end of the movie, it probably carried. Yeah, that whole battle at the end.
And then the opening with Baby Groot. I love the opening with Baby Groot where he's dancing, and then just I loved it. We'll go more in depth with them in the MCU episodes, but Ant-Man. What'd you think of Ant-Man?
It was great.
You liked it? I'm so glad. It is a top 10, maybe like AMC movie.
It's so good.
The heist stuff in it is so good. I love Scott Lang. I love all the characters.
The heist stuff is so better than the family stuff in Blue Beetle, which, after watching it, it is pretty much the same idea.
But Ant-Man's just way better.
It was done so much better. It was done first and better.
Yeah, no, I'm thrilled you liked Ant-Man. Ant-Man's a lot of people. I don't say people wouldn't hate Ant-Man, but people like don't really like care for the first. I think it's like one of the most underrated MCU movies. Ant-Man is great.
It's good.
It's really good.
People don't like it.
I don't know. It's just like it's just not an Infinity War. It's not an Avengers. It's not a Winter Soldier.
It was a great
street level hero type movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's one of the funnier movies.
And then his other movies would go on to be garbage.
Yeah, you haven't seen them yet, but
I don't want to see.
You're not going to enjoy them.
I don't want to.
So I've seen 11 movies this year. I guess I won't count Super Mario Brothers, so 10. Just so you hear what I have to say, I'm going to rank the 10 movies I saw this year. Barbie last, Blue Beetle, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, The Flash, Saw X, Oppenheimer, Talk to Me, Across the Spider-Verse, TMNT. That's worst to best for just want to throw that out there. Movies I thought this year.
All this year?
Mm-hmm.
So you've seen a lot more than I did.
I have.
Yeah.
And then also we've been doing some an MCU bracket on the main channel.
Oh, you're still doing
that? We're on the first round still, but we're almost on to phase 4. I'll just give you a quick rundown of what we did. So in the first round, we had Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Thor, and Captain America. Guess which two passed on to next one? Again? There was Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Thor, Captain America.
Captain America.
Captain America was one of them. And
the first Avenger?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
And
Captain
there's
America
one more.
Passed on. There's one more Iron Man.
Of course. That's right. Round 2 had Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, and Ant-Man. Which two do you think passed?
I haven't watched Thor: The Dark World, but I've heard the first two aren't good. So, and then you said Ant-Man?
Mm-hmm.
Then there was Hulk.
There was Iron Man
the
3.
first two Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3.
Ant-Man passed.
Mm-hmm. And then one more.
Iron Man 3?
Iron Man 2.
Really?
That really shocked me. Iron Man 2 got a lot of votes. A lot of people love Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 sucks. I don't like Iron Man 2. Screw Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Still the worst MCU movie.
Yeah.
And then round 3 was the first Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers: Age of Ultron, and Captain America: Civil War. Which two passed?
Okay, you got to tell me like which ones were together.
These 4 were together.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing like 2v2,
no.
like 1v1.
It's
2 different. Okay.
It's Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Captain America: Civil War.
Age of Ultron and Civil War? Wait, no, Guardians of the Galaxy and then Age of Ultron.
No, it's Guardians of the Galaxy and then Civil War. I was really disappointed the first Avengers didn't make it on. The first Avengers is like a top 3, 4 MCU movie for me.
Yeah, I thought Age of Ultron was good. Was it?
You haven't seen Age of Ultron?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I thought people. I'm just going off what
people are mixed on it. I know some people
more
love
people
it,
like
some
the
people
first
have
one.
it. Yeah, way more people love the first Avengers.
That's my mistake.
Infinity War though is like the general favorite.
Yeah. All right.
Round 4 was Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man: Homecoming, and Black Panther.
Winter Soldier and Doctor Strange.
It was Winter Soldier and Homecoming. I'm surprised people love Homecoming for some reason. I think that's terrible. And then the final round, Guardians 2, Thor Ragnarok, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Far From Home and what was the second option?
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok and Guardians 2 passed. So Thor Ragnarok and Guardians 2 are like both top 5 MCU movies for me. Great.
Okay. Wavelengths now.
Oh yeah, Wavelengths. I completely forgot about Wavelengths. Yeah,
How long
let's
have
do
we been
Wavelengths.
going?
Almost an hour.
50 minutes.
We cannot use our phones. So
yeah, we can.
just think of a random. Just do it on your numbers. Show the camera. Think of a number. Let me know when you're ready, and just do it in fingers. Show the camera.
Okay. All right. I've thought.
All right. If you want to cheat, 3, 2, 1. Show them the number.
I showed him.
You got it. All right. Think of a good question. Who? Give me a scene from a movie that came out this year.
The scene where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Mutant Mayhem are all yelling that kid stuff.
I have a 5 numbers eliminated already. Give me a Star Wars character.
Oh.
I know I asked that question last episode. All right, let me give you a different question. Who's your favorite childhood, or give me a childhood YouTuber?
Dennis Daly.
Dennis Daly. All right. Is it 3?
It's 4.
4?
Uh-huh.
You think that them huddling up and yelling "Your kid the bev" with the bev is one of the funniest scenes in the movie?
It's not.
Yes, it's hilarious. I don't know what kind of sense of humor you have, but it's not good.
That's hilarious. It's just so.
It's hilarious. All right, cover your eye. Oh wait, let me think of a number. All right, I got one. If you want to cheat, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go.
All right. Give me a. Give me a shoe brand.
Ooh, Nikes.
Okay. Give me an animal.
A raccoon. Nope, a flying squirrel. Flying squirrel.
Ooh. How many questions did I get?
3.
Okay. Give me a. I don't know if I asked that. All right. Give me a Breaking Bad character. Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. The universe.
Trying to think of his name. Bogdan.
Bogdan. Oh. Is your number a 10?
No, it's a 9. You're so close.
The same thing happened last time with the sweet tea.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Bogdan's obviously a great character, but he's not a 10 out of 10. All right.
That highbrows, though. Come on.
He's so good. Think of your number. Let me know when you're ready. Let me get a sip too.
All right. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. If you want to cheat. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. I'm going to do another scene question. Give me a scene from the MCU.
the scene where Iron Man is first making his advanced suit, the first red suit,
Okay.
or not the red suit,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
the first
Silver
suit after the big bulking.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And he has that montage
mhm.
of trial and error.
Give me your sports guy and anything. Like,
A what?
are you familiar? What are you like familiar with sports teams of any kind?
No,
Ooh.
not at all.
Give me a character from The Boys. Gen V. We completely forgot. We got to talk about Gen V. We'll do it after Wavelengths, but we watched the first episode of Gen V. Spoiler alert. I didn't like it. It doesn't get me excited.
Really?
Yeah. What did you think of it?
I thought it was pretty good.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it later. What was my question?
Okay. Your question was a character from The Boys. Okay, a character from The Boys. Starlight.
Starlight. Ooh, voice crack. Starlight. And give me a character from either Spider-Verse movie.
Miguel or O'Hara.
Is your number a... What were your two answers before?
The Iron Man scene. That one Iron Man scene.
Is it an 8?
Yes.
Okay, I was about to say 7, but thank God I got 8. Okay, good. Is it my turn?
Good job. Yes.
Okay, let me think of a number. Okay, I got it. 3, 2, 1, if you want to cheat. All right, I'm ready.
Give me an MCU villain. I think you asked me this question last time.
Whiplash from Iron Man 2.
Okay. Give me a Pixar movie. Hope I didn't ask that question last time.
Might have, but it's fine. Thinking Zootopia.
That's not Pixar.
It's not. Oh. Toy Story 4.
Okay. This has to be the best question.
Best question of all time.
Give me a fast food restaurant.
Ooh. Red Robin's.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So you said the guy from
Whiplash, Iron Man 2, Toy
Man
Story
2.
4, and Red Robin's.
2?
It's 5.
5?
Yeah, maybe I guess, yeah, that's kind of my fault. Maybe those things are all lower, but all relatively and like that.
You think Zootopia is a 5?
I did you like Zootopia? I know
Yes.
people like Zootopia.
I like Zootopia a lot.
I wasn't I thought it was fine. I remember seeing it once when it came out in theaters. Maybe I'll rewatch it, but I think they're making a Zootopia 2.
Okay, well, I'm excited for that. Anyways, okay. So actually Toy Story 4, that's fair. 5 is fair.
I've never seen it. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
I know its reputation, so that's why I said that. And I'm scared to watch it because I think the Toy Story trilogy is perfect, and it should have been left how it is, and they ruined it with Toy Story 4.
They should have made it. Maybe a prequel. I think a prequel to the Toy Story universe would have been pretty interesting.
I would think it would be a smart choice to do Incredibles 3 since the second one made so much money, and I think...
No, I don't think...
I think they're going to do an Incredibles trilogy.
Maybe a spin-off?
Well, the second one made so much money, they have to do a trilogy. I think they're going to do a trilogy. Would you want to see a trilogy?
No.
I think a third movie...
Because I feel like it's going to be bad.
Yeah, it could be bad, but you're really going to leave it at 2 movies?
Bad. Yeah.
I guess that's fine. Let's do one more round. Is it your turn for a number?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know when you have it.
Okay. Yeah, I have my number.
3, 2, 1, if you want to cheat, look at the screen.
All right, I'm
Let's
good.
do this. Okay. Ooh. Gotta think of the best question ever. Give me an actor.
I only know good actors. The actor for the villain in Blue Beetle.
All right. Give me a
Not the super villain, but
Ye-
the female villain.
okay. Give me a Minecraft mob.
Silverfish.
Silverfish.
Yeah.
And then give me a video game.
Arms.
Arms, like the Nintendo Switch game.
Yeah.
So that was 2 questions.
Yeah.
And give me a Batman movie.
That was 3 questions.
That was 3 questions.
I'm pretty sure.
What were the answers?
Arms. What was the first one?
The Blue Beetle villain.
Blue Beetle villain. Then
Arms and.
I know there was 3 questions.
Is your number a 3?
No.
What was it?
It was 2.
2. Oh, I was. Oh, dang it! I was close.
Yeah.
All right, that was fun.
Well, what did I say for the second one? I forgot.
I have no clue.
We'll
watch
see
it.
it.
I'll watch
Yeah.
back over. Gen V. We saw the first
Okay.
episode. We wanted to watch the first thing that came out, but you liked it apparently.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it.
I just wasn't for me. Maybe I'll finish it, but I just didn't find it
I
too
think-
interesting.
I think the main character has
Potential.
very bad powers.
Oh. Yeah, no, they
Yeah,
they disgust me. You know how I feel about that blood
sucks to
stuff.
have
I
those
just I
powers,
don't
yeah.
like that. It wasn't It wasn't as interesting as the boy. It has an 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, because it's new.
No, that's maybe. But,
It's only have a few ratings.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. It
Mhm.
wasn't for me.
Yeah, that's fair. But I gotta watch. We only watched the first episode.
We
I'm
will
excited to
finish
see
it.
the rest. Yeah.
And then Rick and Morty's also coming out. We'll have a bunch of shows to talk about and stuff. But I think that was it for this episode.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed everything.
Mhm.
Saw X, go watch it. I loved it. Ryan didn't love it. He's wrong. We'll see you guys in the next week. Bye.
Bye bye.